everyone, welcome back to Baby Name Mondays. This week I am filming an A to Z of very unique and rare baby girl names. This was actually a requested challenge by a viewer who thought it would be a fun thing to do, and I thought it would be great to do an A to Z with all the meanings but choose stuff that's really unusual. All of these girl names are beautiful and very wearable, but they're all outside of the top 1,000. My baby girl, Evelina Blossom, is right over here watching me, so I'm sure you'll hear her, and I'm sure she'll appear at some point. A is for Anais. I absolutely love the name Anais, and I was surprised that it is so unusual. It's only at number 5,785 in terms of usage. I feel like it's a very familiar name, but that's probably because it is the name of a perfume. So it is very well known and very well used. It is so pretty, it almost sounds like a flower name, but apparently it is probably a derivative from the name Anna. While it is very pretty and feminine, it is a little bit rock and roll, and Noel Gallagher from the band Oasis, his daughter is called Anais. So I really like it. I think it is very soft, very feminine, and should definitely be used loads more. At B, I have chosen the name Bess. I love it. It is a vintage classic. It's got to make a comeback. It is so short and sweet and pretty. It is a pet form of the name Elizabeth. Elizabeth's also really popular at the moment, so if you didn't want to go just for Bess as her full name, you could pick Elizabeth, but I actually love the simplicity of Bess by itself. It's only at number 2,367, so if you're looking for a vintage name that hasn't had its comeback, definitely go for it. At C is the name Cosette. You probably would know the name Cosette if you have watched the movie Les Mis, read the book Les Mis, been to see the musical 10,000 times and sobbed like me, or just stood in the shower singing on my own. That's what I do far too often. But Cosette is, yes, if you haven't, I sound crazy right now, but she is the name of a character in that musical. It was originally a book written by Victor Hugo, who said he chose the name Cosette for her from the French word chosette, which means little pet or little thing, but like kind of a nice way of saying that, it sounds to me. That's what he was going for. She's a very tragic person in that musical, but she does sing the most fabulous song, and I think she's really the heart of it. I absolutely love it. Her story's all about unrequited love, and basically it's a stonking name. And guess what? It doesn't rank. It is not being used at the moment. So what are we up to? We need to bring back Cosette. At D is a name you've probably never heard of, but I'm sure you will love it as much as me, and that is the name Devin. Devin I really like, mainly for its meaning because it is Gaelic for poet. So how pretty is that? If you're a writer or you just love poetry, I just think it's a very gorgeous meaning for a name. It sounds to me a lot like all these EV names that we've got at the moment that are so popular, like my daughter Evelina. You've also got Olivia, you've got Evelyn making a bit of a comeback. So yeah, if you want something a little bit different, Devin is a lovely one. E is for Enid. Enid is one of our most beloved children's writers in Britain, Enid Blyton, but her books have sold over 600 million copies and been translated into over 90 languages. So I'm sure that Enid is probably a well-known and well-loved name around the world, but it's not hugely popular in terms of usage. I think it's definitely due a comeback with names like Esme and all those coming back. Enid, surely we're going to start using it again. It's at 1,211, and the name Enid means life or soul, so also an absolutely gorgeous name meaning. Definitely pop it on your baby name list if you're hoping to have a baby girl in the future. All go with something uber modern. For F, I've chosen something really unusual, which is the name Pfeiffer. I just loved it. Harper is one of the fastest trending baby names around the UK at the moment. I'm sure it is in America as well. As we know, Victoria Beckham has used it, but those kind of lyrical occupation names are really cool, and Harper is one of them, and Pfeiffer is a new one that we're starting to see coming through the ranks. Pfeiffer is obviously after an occupational name, somebody who played the fife or a little kind of flute. It sounds also like Michelle Pfeiffer's surname, which isn't too bad in itself as well, because she is, as we know, white gold. So what do you think of the name Pfeiffer? I really like it. It's a bit edgy, it's very cool. It would suit somebody very creative with a musical heritage. Let me know what you think. G is an unranked name, but I think you'll have heard of it, and that is the name Geneva. Geneva is a bit of a guilty pleasure name of mine. I really, really love it. It is the name of a place in Switzerland, a place I've been to many, many times, that is famous for its lake. It's a very luxurious place. It's a very expensive place. So for me, this sounds like a kind of like really cool girl about town, whether in London or New York or Dubai or anywhere. That is kind of a very up and coming name. Place names are uber trendy again. They come right back into fashion. Do you think the name Geneva is a lovely one? At the moment, it is not used, it is not ranked. At I is the name Isolde. You may have heard of the name Isolde from the very famous legend Tristan and Isolde. I think it is very pretty. It's sounds very literary because that story has been told so many times. It is a very well-known story. It is the story of Tristan, who goes to find the most beautiful Irish princess called Isolde, and Isolde actually means beauty. Evelina is loving this name. She loves it. And he brings Isolde back, who is due to marry his uncle, but on the way they have a love potion, they fall in love, and then the story is all about how they can continue their love affair without getting caught after she does go back and marry his uncle, who is the king. So it is a really lovely, lovely name. It's very unusual, and with names like Isla coming in, Isolde is a lovely way of using those same kind of sounds. J, I have chosen another very modern twist on a classic, and that is the name Joliet. Joliet takes a name very similar to Juliet, which I also do really like, but if you want to make it a little bit more unusual, you can go with the O sound. It's very reminiscent of Angelina Jolie. So again, I think people will be able to pronounce it for that reason. You probably will be forever correcting it, but I think it's worth it because I think it looks so pretty and just sounds a little bit more modern. At K is a fantastic name that's very different actually, and that is the name Kiki. I love the name Kiki. I'm really into those short nicknamey type of names at the moment, and this is an amazing one. And I love the meaning of it. It's actually originally a Japanese name, and it means double happiness. How great is that? It is, of course, a nickname that they use on Keeping Up with the Kardashians for Kim Kardashian, but I love Kim Kardashian as well, so that doesn't upset me. L is for a gorgeous name, which is Lilia. Lilia is so pretty. I really wanted to choose the name Lily for a baby girl of my own, but my husband vetoed it. Can you believe it? It is such a popular name. So if it's too popular for you, then another version of it is Lilia. This means lily, but it's actually the Greek version, and it's only at number 5,785 in terms of usage here in the UK. So definitely go for it if you love that type of flower name. So a M is a name so unique I couldn't even find it anywhere on the internet. Definitely doesn't rank, but it's a family name in my family. My cousin has an Estonian wife, and her name is Mary Liss. I've always really liked the name Mary Liss, and I think it is so pretty. I've liked Mary for a long time, but this feels kind of a way of making it extra special. Mary means wished for child, and Liss means God's promise. So together they make a really beautiful meaning as well. What do you think? Do you know a Mary Liss? Am I missing this on the internet and in the book somewhere? Let me know what you think of it. At N is a very pretty name, and that is the name Naima. Naima is really lovely. I first had this on America's Next Top Model. She was the winner one year, and I really like that name. My sister's called Naomi, so it really reminds me of that probably. And her nickname, my sister's nickname, is Mimi, so you could also use that for Naima. It's an Arabic name, and it means to be content. So I think it is a really lovely one. I don't think we've got enough N names in our most popular ones at the moment, and they're so soft and pretty. What do you think of the name Naima? At O is one of our most popular baby names at the moment with Olivia, and if you're looking for an alternative, one I absolutely love, which is light years ahead of Olivia in terms of modernity, is the name Olympia. Those sort of god names and goddess names are really becoming popular, I've noticed. I think they're going to take over from Hebrew names in terms of just becoming much more mainstream. And Olympia is the home of the gods. Serena Williams called her daughter Olympia. It's obviously got that sporty Olympics meaning. It's just a name to give to somebody if you want to have somebody who's got a real winning name, a really victorious name, a really strong name, but that sounds very pretty at the same time. It's at number 1,472 in the UK at the moment. So it's not totally unranked. People are using it. What do you think? Would you use that for a little baby girl? At At P is another guilty pleasure name of mine, which is the name Perry, probably because I'm a bit of a tragic Little Mix fan. I love Perry from Little Mix. Her voice is amazing. It's at number 1123 at the moment in terms of usage. It is such an edgy, cool name, and it means pear tree. How cool is that? I love that little nature meaning. I love pears. I love Little Mix. It's like, I should be called Perry. I don't think I could pull it off. We seem to have got stuck on Quinn, don't we? Everyone loves the name Quinn at the moment, but if you love it and want something a little bit more special, how about just being really daring and going for Queenie? Queenie is my granny's name, and I just think it is so cool. It's kind of got a bit of kitsch about it, doesn't it? You'd have to be doing it a little bit ironically, I think, but it is an amazing, great name, and we're really in love with like the royals or the TV shows, the Queen at the moment, so it seems to be something that could be very wearable these days. What do you think? Is it? Am I crazy? Let me know in the comments below. At R is a name I love, and that is the name Rue. Rue means street in French, so I can really imagine little Parisian side streets when I hear this name. It's also one of the most popular characters in the Hunger Games, so I think it will be making a more popular comeback soon. Rue itself just sounds really cute. It always makes me think of little baby Rue in its mummy's pouch. I think it is a great one. I think we use it as a nickname a lot for boys with Reuben or Rupert, but on its own, for a little girl's name, I think it's really cute. What do you think? At S, it is the name Sunday. I love the name Sunday so much. I loved it when Nicole Kidman used it, and just recently one of our celebrities here in the UK, Fern McCann, chose it for her baby girl. I think it is stunning. I wonder if you'd have to be born on a Sunday to use it. I don't think you do. I think Sunday for everyone just means peace, quiet, family time, kicking back, and that's what this baby name just evokes for me. I think it is so, so pretty. I love it. I would definitely use it myself. Would you? And at T is another kind of very modern culture one, which I think is a name that sounds a lot like it could be in Made in Chelsea or one of those TV shows. It's a very posh English name, and that is the name Tiggy. I love Tiggy. I think it is so trendy. I love all those kind of nicknames as first names. Tiggy was actually the name of the nurse who brought up William and Harry, who helped look after them. So it could be one that Kate's even got in her mind as a nickname. At U, I have found a gorgeous one, which is the name Yumiko. Yumiko is actually Japanese for sea child. I really like that. It's kind of very nature-ish, very outdoorsy. If you're having a water bath, you could go for that. Japanese names are sounding so good to me. I think that that could be a new baby name trend that we see coming up, because we love that kind of like modern utility type of name. Yumiko sounds so pretty. It is very easy to spell and to pronounce, and it is unusual. What do you think of it? At V is the name Vega. I really like the name Vega. It is such a good one. It is short and sweet, but very, very sassy. Vega is actually a star name as well, and I think planets and stars are gorgeous ones to name your child after. Vega is the fifth most brightest star in the sky. Fifth most brightest? Fifth brightest star in the sky, so a lovely, lovely name for a baby girl. You could be a Vega, couldn't you? You're an Evelina. It's very similar. It's very similar. Are you baby Vega? And La Vega actually means the meadow in Spanish, which is how they came to name Las Vegas. Oh my goodness. Oh! And now you've got a lipstick, big lipstick kiss on your head. At W is another name I really like. It's become a bit of a guilty pleasure name, and that's the name Waverley. Do you like Waverley? Everly is so popular. Obviously I've got an Evelina. Maybe I'm just choosing loads of similar names to her name, but the Witches of Waverley Place is a really popular Disney thing at the moment, and I think Waverley would make a fantastic name for a baby girl. Again, it reminds me of water with the waves. I think it could be a great one. X is a really nice name, Xylona. What do you think of that? And the reason I absolutely love that is because it's a nature name and it means from the woods. So how lovely is that? Think about a little flower fairy out in the woods. I really love nature names. I've never heard that. So choosing an X name is really, really popular and set to be much more common. And Xylona is a really pretty one. If you're into yoga, I think you're going to absolutely love this next name, and that is Yatri. Yatri actually means traveller in Indian, so how lovely is that? I think it is absolutely gorgeous. It's not hard to spell or to pronounce. It sounds very, very feminine, but very unique and unusual. So if that is your kind of lifestyle, if you are very into yoga, you love travel, it's a gorgeous one to bring those two things together. Z, I thought Zoella. No, I didn't. But you could go with Zoella if you wanted to. I thought for Z, the name I absolutely loved the most was the name Zipporah. Zipporah is actually Hebrew for little bird, like a small bird, like a sparrow. How nice is that? Bird names are all the rage at the moment. I do have a bird baby name list brewing and ready to go, so do remember to hit subscribe if you want to hear that one. But Zipporah is so pretty, isn't it? And Z names, again, we should be definitely getting behind them. They're a very, very trendy, cool and edgy way of getting those pretty long names in as well. Can you wave bye-bye? I hope they've enjoyed this A to Z unique and rare baby girl names. I will never film with Evelina in the room again. She is such a pickle, but I do love this name. Thank you for the challenge. Remember to look out for the missing letter in the alphabet, which was H, and try and pop in the comments below a unique and rare baby girl name beginning with H. It's a hard one, that's why I left it out. Don't forget to hit subscribe and a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this, and do share with a friend you think might like it. And bye bye from Evelina and I, and we'll see you all next week. Look at this little tuft. Look at it. So cute. Bye guys.